So today I'll be doing a progression run. So progression running is quite simple to understand. Me literally picking up the pace on my next kilometer between 10 and 20 seconds. The difficult part is getting it right. The point of progression running is for you to actually be in sync with your body and understand the pace that you are running without actually looking at your watch. And this is something that helps quite a lot in long races where, you know, sometimes you go out with a group and then you don't check your watch and then you went out too fast because you don't understand your body. Look at over 42 kilometers, 10 seconds faster kilometer makes a big difference. Advantage of progression running, it gives you control over your heart rate zone that you are in as well. First kilometer was just under 10 minutes, then I dipped under 10 minutes second kilometer, and with the third I ran at 9:23. I'm happy with that. Now my goal is to run a marathon. Hopefully I'll be ready for the Cape Town Marathon. And today's the 22nd of Jan, so it's 22 days into this journey. And thus far I've only ran 38 kilometers and a marathon is 42 kilometers. So I really have my work cut out for me. For another advantage of progression runs, you will enjoy your run so much more when you're running alone because there's not a lot of pressure on you. And like I mentioned, that as you progress with the kilometers, you will see it doesn't take a lot of effort to increase your speed per kilometer. Couple of runs, my calves has been very painful. I know it's stiffness and so on, but I can actually feel my calves is not giving me that heaviness, that tightness this morning as it did in the previous runs. What does that mean? Another sign of progression.
So we all know the story of Noah in the Ark. And the thing about Noah in the Ark was that it was something that God instructed him to do, but at the same time God gave him the blueprint. From beginning to the end, measurements to the T, and all Noah had to do was follow this plan. Now my question to you would be, what goals and aspirations do you have? Who are you consulting? And whose advice are you taking? Are you implementing that advice into your plans? Or are you implementing that advice into your plans? Sometimes we implement and put the wrong advice that we receive into our plans, and it causes a lot of frustration. When we don't achieve our goals or see the results that we want to see. If our planning is poor, we will be frustrated on the road. When our planning is right, we will still be frustrated on the road because there's always unforeseen obstacles that pops up and so forth. But one thing is for sure, if your plan is right, you will eventually get to that goal. This is the 5 P's. Proper planning prevents poor performance. So whatever it is that you're working towards and your aspirations, make sure that you follow the plan, but be sure that the plan comes from a reliable source. I hope that this word will encourage you to think about who you speak to about your plans, whose advice you take, and how you implement this into your life. Just like I'm following a plan with progression run, so should your plan be to progress. Not necessarily in a sprint, but slowly and surely with a plan. So just a quick update on this morning's run. I ran a total of 7 kilometers. With my first kilometer, I ran at a time of 10 minutes 37 seconds, and my 7th kilometer I ran at 8:25. So that was well controlled, going faster with each kilometer, which is the point of a progression run, is to simply pick up the pace with each kilometer and still be well controlled and not go out too hard. So when you are training for a race, like whether it be 10k, 15k, half a marathon, 80% of your runs for that week needs to be at a slow, steady pace, and 20% of that needs to be like a training session. So in this case, the progression run was my training session, where I'm literally pushing my body and not doing the normal thing. And the progression run definitely went well. On Saturday, I will go for my long run, which is part of the 80%, and just to see what type of impact the progression run has played and how my body has adjusted to that.
I did my progression run 2 days ago. and I rested, and today I'm just testing and feeling how my body responds to my long run after that training. Last couple of days it's been very difficult to get the proper rest because of the heat. Just try to make the most of it. Let me know in the comments if there's any session training that you are doing, and maybe something that a training session you would like to see me do. So I remember when I started this journey on the 1st of Jan, running a kilometer was so difficult for me. My heart rate was always high. I just ran 1.5 kilometers and I'm feeling super good. Heart rate is currently in zone 2, surprisingly, and I can feel this is the positive effects of doing the progression run. So I just got a grown man on the road, and we were talking about this running and so forth, and he said that he hasn't been running for a very long time because being of life as an adult. And the next thing I know, he turned around and he started running in the direction of his work. So I inspired someone, which is awesome. So I'm 2 kilometers in, feeling fresh as can be. Normally I would be heavy out of breath at this section of the road. I mean, right about now I'm loving this run. Very important to focus on is your breathing as well. That's a key factor when it comes to running. Unfortunately, I can't do a long run today. I have to cut this run short because I have some other responsibilities to attend to, but also the challenges parents have where we make plans and it doesn't always work out that way, but we need to keeping on. When you're running in a controlled heart rate zone and you find yourself going above that zone, you would think running slower will get you back into the zone you would like to be, but sometimes the quickest option is just to start walking. You will find that your heart rate goes back into that zone much faster. The overall time for whatever distance you're running will actually be so much better if you just actually slow down to a walking pace and then start running again. So that ends my training for the week. I've been training for 4 weeks straight now. Next week I won't be doing any running. I will be doing what they call a deload week, where I'm just resting, recovering, and I will be doing some other exercises like stretches, body weight, or my own body weight workouts and stuff like that. But I will do some walking as well, but definitely running is not really on the cards. Once again, guys, episode 5. Thanks for tuning in, and as I always say, guys, you need to keep the faith all day, every day. See you guys next week.